Welcome to IT How To. My name is Amit. Today we're going to be setting up VS Code running on Ubuntu 22 desktop. Welcome back. I'm now going to log into my Windows machine via remote desktop from my Mac Mini. So I'm going to do that now. So I've opened up the remote desktop session, and the next thing we will do is install Ubuntu 22 desktop as a virtual machine on Oracle VirtualBox. So I'm going to go ahead and start that process now. So I've opened up Oracle VirtualBox. I've got quite a few virtual machines already installed on this, so I'm just going to go ahead and set up another one. So the next thing I will do is create a new virtual machine. So I'll click on New here, type in Ubuntu 22 desktop in the name. I'm going to change the location where it installs it to, so I'm just going to install it to my S drive, which is a 2TB SSD. So I'm just going to put it in there. I'm going to allocate 6 GB of RAM, then click on create. For disk space, or the hard disk, I'm going to set it to 100 gigabytes in size, and I'll choose dynamically allocated. Then click on create, and that's now created the virtual machine. So we're ready to start configuring that before we actually start the installation process. So I'm going to go to settings, then go to system. I'm going to go to processors, and I'm going to actually allocate 6 virtual CPUs to this virtual machine. And click on display, and I'm going to allocate the maximum amount of virtual memory or region memory to this virtual machine. I will go to network and change the type from NAT to bridged. Then I'll have a look to see if there's anything else I need to do. Quickly go back to system. I'm just going to set these up as well. So I'm going to enable the extended features, then go to acceleration, then see what options it gives me. So I'm actually going to select KVM as the power virtualization interface, then click on OK. Now I'm going to start the virtual machine, and it should now give me an option to select the actual installation ISO image. So let's see if I can do that. So I'm not seeing the one I want. I'm seeing the ones I've used before for previous virtual machine installations. So what I'll do is, if I click on this folder towards on the right hand side, then go to add, then what I will do is actually look for the ISO image I'd like to use. So see if it's here. Yep. So it's actually in my S drive ISO, and I'll select Ubuntu 22 desktop. I'll click on choose. Then I'm just going to start the virtual machine with that ISO image which is already inserted into the drive. And I'm now going to start the process, and will speed up this particular sequence for the remainder of this particular part of the video. So I'll carry on now. Ubuntu 22 desktop is now installed. It's up and running. We've installed things like guest editions, which is the drivers for Oracle VirtualBox, and we've also installed the OS updates. So we're now going to go ahead and install VSCode. To do that, on the left hand side, I'm going to go to Ubuntu software and open that. When you open Ubuntu software, you can actually see the editor's choice for the most popular software available on the Ubuntu software store. I'm going to go to search here on the left hand side and type in VSCode. Then install it. So VSCode is now installed. I'm going to close this window. I'm going to go to the bottom left, software applications, and launch VSCode now. So on the left hand side in the dock you can see VSCode. I'm actually going to add that to favorites. So VSCode is now been installed and we're ready to run. So the next thing I will do is install an extension. So I did actually previously install this and looked at installing the SSH extension, but I was having problems with that, so I decided to scrap that particular video and re-record this segment. So what I would do next is I'm going to go to the Explorer on the left hand side and go to Open Folder, and we're going to use a local folder on this virtual machine. So I'm just going to go to Documents, double click that, create a new folder and type in scripts. Then we'll select scripts and click on OK. You'll be asked if you trust the authors of the files in this folder, so I'll do yes. And we're now ready to go. So what we can do is create our first script. So I'm just going to click on new file. I'm going to type in hello world .py, so that's going to be a Python script. So because VSCode has detected it's a Python script, it's going to ask you to install the recommended extension. So I'm just going to click ahead and install, but before I do that I'll look at show recommendations. So here's the actual recommendation, so I'll install that. We'll wait for it to finish installing. And then we can go back to our hello world Python script. So what we can do is, so the easiest way to go ahead and do this, actually we just had another pop-up in relation to Jupyter notebooks, but I will not worry about that at this particular moment in time. So to simply type hello world in Python, it's print open brackets double quotes hello world, and we try and run that, and you can see it at the bottom. So this is just a simple demonstration of how to install VSCode on Ubuntu. Going forward, please let me know if you'd like me to record more videos in this particular area. I've actually started to learn Python recently myself, so I'm happy to start recording videos on Python basics, on maybe how to set up VSCode to connect to another server or development machine. Also let me know if you'd like me to start talking about things like version control using Git and GitHub. But anyway, thank you very much for getting to the end of this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Also, please feel free to hit the notification bell should you wish to see further videos from myself. And also, please feel free to reach out to me in the comment section below with any ideas, any opinions, and I will reply to you. I would like to keep yourselves fully engaged with this channel and the content I'll be creating in future, and I do look forward to hearing from you. Apart from that, Have a very nice day.